I think before we will get back to conclude on some of the lessons that we'll have to learn, the consequences of such unscrupulous behaviors by some elites would lead to our people being massacred. This morning, we have reports of over 20 civilians slaughtered, targeted, shot at gunpoint by the BS government. And on the 20th, that is in the next 3 days, we will be having the World Refugee Day. We have the Secretary of State for the Department of Health and Social Services here, who has been doing a lot of work. Queuing into this, Dr. Tita, you want to tell us why you've not been on TV? And I think this is a chance for you to talk to our people in this delight. The floor is all yours.
Thank you so much, Director Paddy. Greetings, Senior Barrister Team, Barrister Fru, and my brother Barrister Ghana. I'm so extremely glad to be here on this panel. Please, Director Paddy, I think, yeah, like you said, that the World Refugee Day is coming up, which is June 20th. Or that's Tuesday, June 20th. But I think for me to just come in to chime in only the aspect of the refugee is going to be kind of unfair with the discussion of Frundi that has been going on. Our lawyers have been talking about it, and ever since the show started. But I'm going to just chip in where you want me to step in right now. Like what Senior Barrister Team said earlier, they described John Frundi like an enemy to the struggle, or Senior Barrister Fru described him as a traitor. These are real facts that our lawyers are talking about. And let's not be mistaken here. SDF was created as a political party in Cameroon, La République du Cameroon, and not as a party that was fighting for the Southern Cameroonian cause. Let's make this very clear. And now, as Frundi is gone, so the SDF should go. Because as the Barrister Ghana rightly said, that for the past 30 years, LDF has been giving legitimacy to La République du Cameroon to continuously colonize our territory. So it's about time they leave. And no one should ever think or believe that Frundi, Nijon Frundi, or late Nijon Frundi, had any hope for the people of Southern Cameroon but his personal interests. We want to make this fact very clear so everybody gets it. Because now is the time that he's not there anymore. Like Amazonia or Southern Cameroon has nothing to do with La République du Cameroon. Senior Barrister Fru said it very clearly here that SDF came into being after the regime of La République du Cameroon accepted multipartism. Not that John Frundi created multipartism in Cameroon. No. It's after the regime has accepted it. And after John Frundi lost the election against late Achidi Achu, the prime minister then, section president election, that they went now and created SDF. It was not SDF that brought multipartism in La République du Cameroon. And SDF being created as a political party in La République du Cameroon had nothing to do with the Southern Cameroonians' plight. I want to make this fact very clear. These are the, I'm not going to call them like Senior Barrister Team want to say, we shouldn't use the word enablers, but enemies to the struggle. These are enemies to the struggle. Fon Godidinka actually said it before when they went to the United Nations and they came back and the discussion or the decision that was made, Frundi is the one that killed it. Frundi killed that. The killings that are going on today on the ground in our territory in Southern Cameroon, it stands to the help of Frundi. Him. There is nothing anyone needs to mourn in Amazonia in regards to this fellow, Nijon Frundi. He was there because of his own interests, and he did everything to enrich himself throughout that process. La République du Cameroon has killed and massacred our people in our territory. Over 30,000 of our people have been killed. Over 500,000 of our people are suffering in neighboring countries as refugees, thanks to the help of these enemies to the struggle. Because they are still sitting there and they are not talking about the killings that are happening. Go and check at the level of the United Nations High Commission for Refugees office there in Nigeria. We have influx coming in on a daily basis. So many people still coming in to register as refugees in Nigeria because of the hard work of all of these traitors and enemies to this struggle. Both those that are there on the ground that have been there and these useless ones in the diaspora causing confusion every day. So then at no point in time would I read or listen to any line that Frundi did anything in favor of the Southern Cameroonians' plight, because no, he did not. He was a CPDM representative in our territory, deceiving our people, enabling French Cameroon colonialism in our territory in the name of SDF or an opposition group, deceiving our people every day. So that is what we have to deal with. And that's what we are dealing with now, that we have so many refugees there over there in Nigeria. Over 125,000 refugees in Nigeria. And the numbers are increasing on a daily basis. Over 250,000 of our people have fled into neighboring French Cameroon, in a country where they cannot speak French or even understand the language because of these enemies or traitors that are sitting there in the territory, that deceiving our people to believe that we are a part of La Refugee Cameroon, while we are not. As Frundi is dead and is gone, so is SDF out of that territory. We don't want any of them there. They are the ones enabling La République du Cameroon. They're the ones legitimizing La République du Cameroon colonialism in our territory. Our people are suffering on a daily basis. In Nigeria, there's no food to eat or even shelter, place to stay. People are sick we can't even get the help because the UNHCR does not even have the funds to help support them, even with everything that they do. And because of all of these fellows, supposed elites that are sitting down there in neighboring La République du Cameroon, they've left their territory and they're staying in Yaoundé or wherever they call it, or Douala, or wherever they want to call that area. So it's unacceptable. And so as Nijon is gone, so is the SDF dead and buried in the territory in Amazonia. None of that Cameroon supposed multipartism that does not exist should be there in the territory, because those are Nijon was a CPDM man, and you could see and what I'm saying is factual, because you even see with the other guy they called I don't know if the other opposition leader there in La République du Cameroon called Bello Buba, that was appointed one of their ministers. They call them opposition leaders. Those are representative of the CPDM government in an effort to show the world that there's democracy in La République du Cameroon. Why is not?
Very good.
So bring it
Very
back
good.
to thanks to the leadership of the president and the interim government, thanks to the great diaspora community that is so passionate about a free homeland, we are where we are today. I'm very grateful because La République du Cameroon, in all their efforts, tried everything they could. From 2020, when we are over our peak, to 2021, when we are at highest peak, to destroy this interim government and to destroy the struggle. There's when they team up with that useless one they called Ayabacho there, that useless guy there, the other seller, chief seller, Chris Anus, that have collected huge money from the colonial prime minister's office with his brother, Phil Marshall, to destroy this struggle. Then the other one, confused lady there that doesn't know how their priorities right, causing confusion in this struggle, trying to destroy this struggle to enable La République du Cameroon to continue their colonialism in our territory. Our people are suffering on a daily basis. The calls we get are so many. People are struggling for survival. The interim government,
You see, I like something I like something you said there, which I want to cue you into to wrap up with some of the things you're doing, um, so that we can wrap up the program today and not make it a little bit too long. This is the point. You have just said something which I think is amazing. You're saying that Frundi, the SDF was never created for Southern Cameroons, and that it was created for Cameroons. I think to some extent you are very correct, because those who came together, the minds, like you've heard historians mention this evening, really didn't come to have a Cameroon national party like the SDF ended up. So it was an idea that was botched. And these are some of the lessons I feel we can learn as a people. This bad idea where they thought that solution could come from Yaoundé. So the SDF was actually created to seek for solution from Yaoundé. And Yaoundé proactively sent agents like the CPDM Frundi, who came and destroyed the whole idea. Now the consequence of these elders or allies doing their own thing, not necessarily the thing for the people. Are the refugees that we have, millions of them, or displaced people globally right now? You have been
Yes.
involved with this for at least 5 to 6 years. First of all, under college, and now as Secretary of State for the fifth year running. Um, you've done so much. Your works are clear and out there for all to see. And I know ahead of the 20th, you're doing something big. What's the vision? What's the plan? And your caption is hope. The caption of this year, which I think the president has cued into it squarely, is hope away from home. Can you tell
Yes.
Amazonians, donors who are watching us now that would like to participate? Do you want to tell us what is it about this year's celebration of the World Refugee Day?
Thank you so much again for that question. The vision of the department, what we follow is the vision of the president. Everything we do is the vision of the president, Dr. Samuel Ikomesako. Hope from home, hope from away from Amazonia, our fellow Southern Cameroonians refugees in Nigeria, all across Africa, and all over the world. The president of the Federal Republic of Amazonia, His Excellency Dr. Samuel Ikomesako, is working extremely hard in making sure that this struggle comes to an end in the quickest time possible for the Amazonian people to be free, and so all of us can go back home and we can live at home. There is no place more comfortable or better to stay than home, and we are fully aware of that. And we're doing everything possible in making sure that that happens in the quickest time possible. Now, I'm here to assure you that there is hope thanks to the great work that this interim government have been doing, our legal minds that have been working behind the scenes, even our lobby firms that have been working. There is hope. This interim government is reaching out and continuously reaching out in our diplomatic efforts in making sure that we get the support or the recognition that we need from in the individual organizations or big associations, from companies that we have gotten in contact with, in making sure that we get that recognition that we desperately need for us to have a free homeland. As World Refugee Day is coming up, our team is actually working, putting together something on the ground. Thanks to the president and the National Treasury, they've been working extremely hard in making sure that the counties, oh my God, the county chairs, the LGA chairs, have all been working extremely hard in the background in making sure that we reach out to our fellow brothers and sisters that are refugees. And that should be coming up on, is it Tuesday, June 20th, hopefully.